Hello there, welcome to another video from the mighty Lucky Llama, that's myself, here on the YouTubes. This is a 4v4 that played fairly recently on voobly. It's on the Tundra map, the map that griefs you with ice, at least some of the people on the map. Been having an awful lot of bad luck with it recently. So this map, we got myself, Stuart, Kick and Esty versus Attack, Cal, Yoda and Luckyashman. And the map is Tundra, so there's a bit of food here. There's some dewbacks, there's about 8 to 10 nerf or so that you can put in the nursery. You can get on the dewbacks to get your food income started. This map tends to have a lot of fish on the sides, as you can see all this water here. So players that are closer to there could certainly go and fish and get a bit of a big advantage there, providing they get away with it. The sort of downsides to this map is that everyone's really quite close to one another. So you can see on the wing here, Kick's here, and it's not very far to get to Yoda's base. I think this is definitely one of the maps that's sort of shortest in that regard. I think it's maybe because of the way that the water spawns, you know, everyone's a bit more compacted into the land. So, get our dewbacks lured, bit of an idle there, bad times. This boy needs to get back to work. Typical timing. There's also a lot of free hunt, like caddies and stuff, that you can fight over. This is one of the maps that you could actually probably get away with a sort of T1 rush with troopers if you had like a split hunt. You could sort of get the troopers out early to win the hunt and get ahead in food. Looking at the civs here, there's Rebels, Republic, Gungans, and I think Confederacy. So the Rebels will play quite a big role in this game, since you can get the speeders out. Very easy to move the speeders around your teammates as well, because the map sort of feels so small. So I'm going to speed it up a bit just to get out of the sort of early game, so I've got a bit more to talk about. Because we've seen it all here, there's not really much I need to say about the early T1. We know how it goes. Keep building workers, get that food. So you can see the first troop centre being built here, one for Yoda. Looks like he's maybe going to do some mounty aggression, something he does enjoy doing. And with the short distance, they'll get there very quickly. Kick on the other hand looks like he's playing a fairly standard game here. Okay, that's a very early troop centre. He must be building the mounties now, is he? No. I think he really should. Even without the power core, like it'll still build. You can put the pressure on. He isn't queued up. I was thinking for a second that I might not be able to see it in there, but that's not the case because he didn't. He had 50 Nova still, so he got on basic training. So food processor for Kick, so if there were mounties hitting him now, he'd be pretty doomed. I would have thought. You can see that he's off hunting here, forward hunting as well, so he's going to get pushed off of this. It's going to cause him a lot of problems. He's going to have to try and bash them down with the workers. So he's pulling all the workers away from here. There are some AOPs he's going to eat. But the way that early mounties can really get ahead is when people have to build farms. And I would think Kick would normally have to get some farms down, but he does have 2 nurseries. So he's maybe got a bit extra nerfs here to get his food income going. This scout could be with the units here, at least shooting at the workers, helping out that way. It's a tight hold for Kick. He has hit T2 quite quickly though. I think he's had a lot of workers on food early, and with the extra nerfs he's just gotten there much faster. I don't know if he's maybe stopped building workers, just cut some corners and get there, but he gets the turret up, he's got his troop centre. But he does need to drop another turret because he can't quite afford a power core, since he only had a few workers on carbon. And he's built a food processor and stuff. And they just spent a lot of time not mining as well. So that's about everyone else in the game hitting T2 now. So Yoda is probably going to have to go and move his mounties to someone else. Probably me. There's maybe a bit of panic for him now though, since Kick's got a troop centre in his T2. I mean, Yoda will still be T1, so he's not really building too many more Mounties. He didn't go on Nova, it seems. So he's just looking to get to T2 himself and have actual troopers out to defend himself. As I'm saying that, he seems to have gone on Nova, which is strange since I've done another troop centre. Kinda at a loss as to why. This is maybe doesn't think Kick will make troops and counter-attack him. That really should have been Kick's like quickest move there, just getting out a few troops. Send them off to harass the worker line. So we'll be on our way to T3. And I think we've heard about the shenanigans here, so very easy waller for us this game, just with the way that we've placed our buildings. We just put a few bits of ore there. We're going to be on ore anyway, because we want to get a fort as soon as possible so we can get the speeders out. On the other side of things, looks like there are some rushing plans, but I think they're just starting to sort of collide now. Stuart seems to be hitting this half wall that's not actually walling him out. Well, Luckyashman hasn't got troopers yet. I don't know if he's trapped in T1, he is. He's maybe done some of his own Mountie aggression. Perhaps Stuart was doing that and we missed it. We just sort of forgot about the other side of the map. That's Luckyashman hitting T2. Unfortunately for him, this one players are hitting T3, like myself and Cal there. Hopefully he can scrape by. You see these troopers just absolutely smashing the trooper recruits just because of how their sort of movement speed works and the fact they've got one extra range. Looks like some Mounties try to go for Kick's power core here. They've failed with that. A lot of troopers out now and they're going to be looking to counter-attack. Yoda is T2, but he doesn't seem to have built two turrets, which I think is pretty cocky with the way that he's split his eco up here. He's got all these workers on Nova as well. I really think he should have two turrets just to deter him walking into his line here. He's making all these Mounties, but if you kite, you just lose. And we sent some air over here now as well, to put some pressure on this side. Because this is the side, this is our side, and this is the side that Cal's on as well, who hit T3 at the same time as me. So you can see Cal rallying a strike mech here. I do believe he goes air as well though, so command center and double air base. Definitely must be a rich boy to be affording all of this. We just send our units here to sort of support Kick, and if you can keep the troopers alive you can actually get a lot of damage done. But 4 fighters out here. I don't think we were, no, we are 1 air base because we're getting a fort as well, so we can shut the strike mechs down with the speeders. I like to do that, then add on the second air base a little bit later. Because a lot of times don't feel like you can afford it all. Just how you, because you have often got the workers on ore as well, so to get the fort. So there's some geos going about now, and I don't think Esty can really do much about that because he is also making geos. I guess he can send his geos to fight the geos, but there is a lot of pressure on me to stop what I'm doing here and go and help them out on the rest of the map. Kind of give up with the pressure here because Cal's doing a very good job sending air to keep Yoda alive. So we sort of pull our air back and we just sort of start playing a bit more defensive, which is absolutely fine with rebels because of the way the speeders are. You see Yoda try to do some sort of attack on the power core here. We are sort of mirroring his movements though with the air, because if we can stop this doing any damage, that's just great. We'd rather all these units are dead. See Cal's got his air here, he sends them out to be aggressive, but we immediately jump on that and we'll be able to take a trade. A very easy trade for us. And we can police these Mounties a bit more as well off of that. Keep getting T3 now. Esty killing this strike mech with his geo rather than the workers, that's unfortunate. Just doing a bit of damage over here. He wants to kill these fighters? Anti-air troopers. So now that we know that Cal's lost a lot of his air, we start pressuring again with ours. Just looking to do a bit of damage. See if we can snowball things and maybe even get a player kill on the wing. But he is building a lot more fighters. He has got that double air base. So let's catch us there. And we take a nice shot there from the anti-air troopers as well. Again, having to come over, help this side out, as Yoda's ran over here with his mounties. He does have geos though, should be fine to deal with this. Didn't get the power core pulled away. I think he should have just committed for it. Probably wouldn't do too much though, since he's just sort of making geos, he's not really making strike mechs. He's now hitting over to this side, and this geo is going to get caught here. And die to the other geo now in war out. But the geos are definitely getting the majority of worker kills in this game. Stuart definitely sort of stuck in his base here. There is a defensive geo here, but I think attack's pretty much sussed out that there's too much anti-air defense on this side now. And he's killed the workers that are exposed, so he's maybe going to start flying around the edges and looking for a bit more. Perhaps even coming to the other side of the map. This is me looking for these two geos that we sort of knew were coming here. So we're going to come over and help the other wing. Just because he's getting a lot of grief here. And Esty not the best equipped for dealing with all this, being Confederacy. So we're getting a lot of strike mech kills there and just completely pushing them back, so it's definitely saving Stuart a lot of grief. Since he's so dependent on these anti-air troopers as well to defend the geos. Now he's T3, he's getting his command centre down, so he should be good to go. But because we're over there, Kick's taking a bit of damage from Cal's air now, so we have to come racing right back, help him out. Gonna need to be everywhere in this game, helping out the team. Not really any room to be aggressive with our air. Again, 4 packs of 4 geos going around and now getting pinged to come and help the other pocket. Kick's looking quite well equipped for anti-air now. Not sure how long Cal wants to keep making fighters as Gungans, since there's not really much of a future for them. Catching some of our workers here. Geo's coming as well. Looking to maybe overwhelm me. Certainly killed a few workers. Esty losing an awful lot of workers though. Our air just can't be everywhere, so we do react here. It's unfortunate about the worker loss. We have to chase off the fighters and now we've got to hunt down the geos. He's just got enough of a head start to sort of get away from me here. It seems he's splitting them up in case he gets caught. So I'm hunting them here because I think they're going to go to my war. Which looks like they kind of were. The other side of things, it's maybe settled down a little bit for these two since they're getting T3. See Stuart's investing in some walls, which will be great for him here. Luckyashman will probably just keep attacking them all day. These mounties are actually still alive and looking to get through here. Don't know if they're going to get denied. No, he wasn't paying attention. There's Cal's air once again. We're flying down to deal with this though. It's like I can't be off killing these mounties and stopping these fighters. We take a trade here, catch them. A lot of damage. Not really losing anything on our side. So we're just winning a lot of these defensive battles quite convincingly, which is great for us. We don't need to the scores. Don't need to be aggressive with the fighters so much right now. Just focus on making sure that everyone's fine and we can just play up the little advantages we gain from winning the defensive trades. It would seem that Esty and Night Raven are definitely having a tricky time, getting a lot of pressure all game. Just want to make sure that they don't crumble and that side dies. Quite confident, you know, we can win our side. since Yoda sort of set himself back with the Mounties that haven't done too much. So, offensive fort here from attack. Starting to put down a heavy weapons factory. Looking to start building some units here to put on the pressure. I think Cal hitting T4 now, quite early. Not the first person to go T4. He has Gungans though, so there's not really much you can be doing with his fighters. You could upgrade them, I guess, a little bit, but maybe get fast fighters and try and do something. But they won't have shields or anything like that. No shields, no armour. Okay, just sort of chilling defensively here. Not really much room for any aggression. Just got a sort of core of troops that he's maybe kept from T2. So Yoda goes T4 now, which is interesting considering he's a exposed wing and he doesn't really have an economy because of everything, like the early rushes, the aggression that he suffered, the workers that he lost. So it's going to be tricky for him to sort of hold the ground units in the front while T4ing air against my air. Though I'm a little bit behind him and going T4, I'm going to have a much better economy. So I'm not too sure about the decision. Kyle's going to have to do a lot of work to keep him alive, I think. Because there is plenty anti-air troops here. Like, with the small amount of air he's got, he can't really take a trade with this, I don't think. Shield, and he's got to have all these artillery barreling down the front door. So pummeling anti-air mobiles here against Esty, who hasn't really made any mech destroyers at all. But she will need to hold this, I think. To bash it down with his workers. Could be a bit more units from attack supporting this, like something to kill the workers, you know. So the T4 air is out now for Yoda. It's not a super high count. I think we just want to keep ours away from taking a trade until it's upgraded. We start putting down a forward here so that we can sort of transition out of air, because we don't want to just make air. We want to make troops as well, because rebel troops are absolutely banging. Got tons of health. Catches our workers there. We're fine, we know about that now, so we can sort of play ahead of it. We don't want to lose too many workers. Kick will have to weather the storm just a little bit. But even for as much damage as he'll take from this, he's going to be still wildly ahead than Yoda in economy. Flying over the anti-air, not the best, losing a couple more. And there's our air, it's sort of upgraded now. I think once we've got fast fighter, we're sort of like good to go. Like we'll go and take a trade just because we'll have the damage output for it. So this command center still alive, hanging on here. Some mech destroyers out now. This cannon running right into the command center fire and the artillery, or no, the artillery, the mech destroyers. Not the best choice. Sitting out air here while we wait for the upgrades. Just want to keep Kick alive here. And now we're just going to look to put the pressure on, I think. Although we do see the air over here, so we're just going to respond, right? Because we're playing defensively. We're helping the team out. Esty suffering a huge amount of casualties there. But we do have to fly over the whole map to go and deal with this. But we definitely want to come and help Stuart out here. Because if he gets set back on this side, it's going to be bad times for us. Because I can't have these two lose and then start getting flanked and pressured on this side. So chasing the air off, we try to split up our fighters and just catch it. I think I decided to actually split them up altogether because I want to go and deal with these strike mechs that are starting to pressure kick as well. Annoyingly, most of my speeders are in this group. There's still a few though. A few is enough. So I think Yoda's done about as much damage as he can now. He's going to have to focus on his eco. And hope Cal will just keep him alive. Cal's gotten an awful lot of mechs out, which is great. Got some anti-air mobiles as well to help out with his push. Just a sort of tricky area to push in if you look at how all the trees are spread out. A lot of the open area there is what Kick's got control of. And things are threatening to snowball out of control here on Esty's side as he doesn't have a defensive shield. He doesn't have a lot of units out to deal with this. And as troopers start to get added in and upgraded, they'll cause him a lot of problems. So we bring some of our area over here. Try and kill some of the units maybe. This baits Yoda's air. And so we're going to bring our control groups back together. These units have sort of revealed themselves now as they plan to invade Kick's lands. So we've got the fighters just sort of hanging around here. Unfortunately, Yoda is looking over here, but I think because of this air threatening Cal's army, Yoda might have to come and help him. I definitely want to kill this. We'll have to just weather their fighters just now because I really need to deal with this. Or Kick's gonna die. The second shield generator going down here. There's a few repeaters out, but they don't have much damage upgrades yet. And I pretty much say to Kick, let's just take the trade. And I'll just trade everything. Because I don't want him to lose this position. I do not want Cal to get the shield generator up. And be able to sit in this position and reinforce it. Or it's just gonna be really bad trouble for us. Start flanking with the Mounties from that little forward we were building earlier. There's a lot of Nova here as well that we plan to grab up. So that area is great for us. And we push that army back. And buy Kick more time to get his shit together. With that, I feel a bit freer to move the air back to the other side of the map now and start helping here. Because although there's not too much units here from Esty, Attack and Luckyashman haven't capitalised on it properly. And they're still just sort of hanging about in the shield here. They haven't pushed forward and gotten cannons onto the fort. So I come in here and I just take a trade because there's not much anti-air. And every unit that dies makes it so much more comfortable for them. There's Yoda's air going to look at fighting through us. But I always want to fight him because I've got a better economy. Any opportunity to kill his fighters is great for me. It gives us such breathing room. I bring my Mounties over as well, because I thought it'd be a while before Cal pushes again, because he's going to want to get a lot of anti-air. And we start pushing this army back as we can. Not too much from Esty and Stuart yet though. It would have been great for them to be just barreling onto the shield generator now with cannons and getting the units out. Pushing up. Need some like meat on the ground here. Just threatening these units in the shield. Because as you can see, they're starting to get more units back now and get them into good defensive positions in the shield generator. There is this cannon that's very hard for them to hit because of the walls. So you might manage with the artillery. Now, Kick's looking a bit better, a lot more troopers out. He's got some +1 range artillery now as well, and just sort of pushing forward with shield generators. Secured this ore for us as well, which is really nice. Can make a lot of shields or fambas or forts for the Gungans. Very low unit skirmishes. Shield generator put down for Esty, but he doesn't really have anything in it than this soul mech destroyer. Seems to be a bit worried about this side over here. There is a wall though. I think they should just focus on one being one side, the other being the other side, just flanking. Trying to like wipe this army because I feel we kind of could, but it's a very good defensive position. He's got an awful lot of anti-air mobiles now as well. Kick throwing out an air cruiser, can maybe kill some of the woods or just control the army and delay a bit, give me more time to get back when I'm off doing my special missions on the other side of the map. So again, they're pushing forward, I'm just going to try and wipe the army. Buy these guys more time. Get the cannons. Cannons are always a nice pickup. Bringing the mounties again. Quite a lot of troopers still left over though. Don't really want to lose the mounties yet. I'll keep them there as the deterrents. And this is great now that Stuart's got his own air. Means I should need to be over here less with mine. Start building these bombers just because I'm not really losing any fighters. I'm just kind of looking for something else. Some other sort of differential to help out on this side because the mounties aren't going to work for the troopers. A big control group of strike mechs try to pressure kick, which I don't really get because we've got speeders and we've got, you know, free reign to go where we want. So I send these bombers, I kind of wait for my fighters to come back. I keep some speeders here in case he tries it again with the strike mechs. I'm just sort of running back and forth avoiding the shots. Waiting. Because I want my fighters to come in and tank a lot of the anti-air shots so that the bombers don't die too quickly. And I just want to try and wipe the army here, kill the fort. See, this baits out a lot of air from Yoda, but again, we want to take the trade. I'll have no problem reinforcing. This fort has unfortunately had a bit of a shield, so it's taken forever to go down to these bombers. So they're not doing much damage to it. Not the best against the fort. But with the cannons helping out now, it will look to go down. And that's going to expose a lot of these troopers now. They don't have a place to hide when things get dicey. So strike mechs finding my workers that are sort of stealing this Nova from this side. See them sort of snaking down because I want all the Nova. Kill this power core, disrupt their reinforcing of things. And this should be a bit of a breach now for Stuart and Esty. Can hopefully grab up this land and put some pressure on the other side now, rather than be on the defensive. You can see that Lucky's killed some of the wall here though. And he's going to start walking into Stuart's base. Cal and Kick have started fighting here. Kick having mostly troopers, not doing too well against all the strike mechs. You see there's a ton of anti-air here as well. Not really looking to fly into this. I might periodically push a little bit with the air just to try and stop it getting on top of Kick's forces here while he gets some units in. Artillery doing okay, but this is kind of bold, walking right into the forces here. I start throwing grenadiers in now, because we need anti-mech here. We need that little bit extra. And I got my repeater trooper tech online now as well. But it feels like the other side still need me here to come and help with these forces that are pushing from Luckyashman. But I do need to push Cal back on this side. Start pushing forward here. Still got the shield generators from Kick, we not lost them. So the troopers do quite well in that because doubling their health is just such good value since they're such cheap units. I think they start microing at this point. You see these guys all dying. It's beautiful, they're all stacked up. Oh, wonderful. So we should be able to push this back now. The artillery quite quickly killing down the shield generator. But I'm gonna have to go and help this because we're trying to trade now as well. Start setting spaceports down. I don't want these units just sitting on the spaceports. Kicks units to come forward. I think I'm telling them, let's go. We should be pushing here. We should be getting more shields down. While they are missing troops. And unfortunately it looks like attack has taken this land back. As he gets his units together here. And Luckyashman is still doing a ton of damage here. I don't know what happened to all of Stuart's fighters. Could be cleaning this up for him, I think. He's definitely having a bad time. I think I've pretty much decided this side is fine now, and that's my fighters off to go and help the other side. We got this new offensive shield generator up, so we're feeling good. See assault mechs getting thrown in here. We've got a lot of Grens though. We can kill them in low numbers. It takes so long to fly over here somehow, despite the map feeling so small. Looks like attack losing a lot of units there. I don't know if there's maybe an air cruiser, given the fact there's a anti-air rallying up this way. But coming over here now to deal with this, because it's still alive, killing units. Well, on the other side of things, we're still pushing in here. A lot of assault mechs just rallying to their deaths. See even attack now building on this side. Interesting. Not too much units here for Yoda at this point, but he's never really had the opportunity to boom with the way that they've played. He's got tons of boats out here giving him a food income. Not too much else. A lot of his base is now just being sieged from this position. This is my rallying of workers to come and get the Nova, because I keep having my workers killed by strike mechs and things because while I'm off being busy. I thought they could also will help kick out here and we'll donate some shield generators, because he's been building an awful lot of them, as you can see. Probably a bit poor at this point. Just wanted to make sure we've got so much land here that we feel really good. Even if we get our armies wiped, we don't lose, we don't backtrack too much, you know. And on the other side of things, they're looking a bit better now. Esty's got some artillery out, yeah. He's not got the range yet. He's going to get a shield generator here. Don't like him moving his mech destroyers here though. Just going to lose them before he's even got the shield generator up. It's almost counterproductive to his own thoughts from earlier. If he's going to build the shield generator, make sure you get the units in it and use it. Here are air cruisers. There's two for Cal here. Sitting on top of his anti-air. Stopping the push from this side. I pretty much say it quick though. Our win condition is we go here and we kill these spaceports. So that's where we start going now. We just keep pushing, put down anti-air turrets and everything. I come over here and I'm like, less of this. And fly back here, and we're just going to focus on this now. We can let Cal just sit here with his army, we don't give a shit. If he pushes up too much, I'll come back and sort of wipe it. But for now we really want to just kill the trade. And this seems to be Yoda's only production here. You can see tons of strike mechs have just died here. So Cal's going to be on his own now. Still very small unit fights between these guys. Just constant slow fighting. You can hear Jedi somewhere. Nah, they're on this side of the trade. So I thought, well, it's looking good on this side, I'll put some troop centres down here and help these guys now. Make sure there's no chance we lose this game, that these Jedi show up and being annoying. Not going for the spaceports though. whereas we are now sitting on top of their spaceports. It's very difficult for Cal to get his army down this way. So he sent some strike mechs over. So now we've got the hill. We just need to rally more units in here and take this area, kill the spaceports, and that should really set us up for a victory. Okay, still missing damage upgrades. 6+2. Is that right? I'm not sure actually. I must check. Can't even remember. Where's the war centre at? I never remember where these things are. No, he's not got this yet. Should be 6+4. Needs a big amount to troopers, the damage on them, if you think about how fast they fire. So things are still looking okay on this side. They've had stuff converted and that, but they're okay. Ah, you see this Jedi now running through. So this sort of looks like the last sort of desperate move from their team to try and fuck us over. So they pretty much just got to chase them down. We're going to get bounty hunters chasing them. We're going to start building sentry posts and stuff. We want to keep an eye on them. We do not want to lose them. And we want to make sure we deal with this threat. So we're going to make sentry posts. And just follow them. Kick's got some bounties chasing them as well. Got some troopers. Probably building a bunch. Stuart having a cry in the chat that he's going to mute us, which is rich considering the amount of help he's needed. I think he can handle the pings. Yeah, they're not getting much done here. And we've gotten the trade, so that's Yoda going up there. And I imagine the rest of the team should follow that, because they do not have a win condition. Can't really break this side, and this side's gone. Just Cal on his own here, stalling with air cruisers and stuff, but he's never gonna be able to push back. So that's GG. So as I always say, leave a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not. If you look at the description, you will see where you can get the game and where you can play it on voobly.com. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. I won't give you the achievement screen though, because I always forget to do this, and some people do like to see it. So have a quick tour of the achievements. Many months. Many research, many workers, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye bye.